So today we are going to do some models on racism. When I've been coaching people who are dealing with their own thoughts, this has typically been white people that I've been coaching on this. They'll have thoughts like, but wait, I'm a good person, or I don't see color, or wait, I'm not racist. And then there's kind of the alternative, which is, oh my gosh, there's something wrong with me. I did it wrong. I must be a terrible person, right? Those are some of the thoughts that I've been coaching people on. And so running models on those thoughts can be really powerful. And then other thoughts that are more based on Black women's and women's of color that I've been coaching experience of race have been like, I'm invisible. I don't belong. People don't understand me. It's harder for me. I can't get ahead. The color of my skin holds me back. Now, I want to be clear that when we're coaching thoughts, they're not right or wrong. That's like really important. Do you agree with that? You want to speak to that?
I think that is so true. It's our experience, right? It's true for us.
Yeah.
So it's not a right thought or a wrong thought. It's just our thought. It's true for us. And what's important is it useful?
The model is just awareness. We're just bringing our thoughts to the surface and putting them in the model. We want to be able to use the model as a tool, especially when we're going through a time like this, so we can make sure that we're, first of all, becoming aware, and second of all, processing what's going through. Here's the thing I think that's so important is when we are trying to protect ourselves against being bad people and against our feelings not mattering and against we can't do anything right. We have a lot of these like thoughts going on in our head. We walk around with our dukes up, right? And we create the exact problem that we want to eliminate, which is connection and conversation and understanding and growth. For me, and this is for a lot of us, the power comes from knowing that being attacked is something that can't happen, like verbally and emotionally and all of these feeling attacked, can't happen without our own brain participating. So someone could literally say to me, like, you're a terrible person. I think you're wrong. I think you're bad. And until I have a thought about it, until I feel attacked, my action line won't be defending. Mm-hmm. And when we stop defending, then we can see so much more and we can be open to so much more. And listen, that's for ourselves first and then for the world. Yeah. Curious is so much better than attacked.
I'll offer as well that on the opposite end of attacked is compassionate, right? Of like, okay, curious and compassionate, like, how can I understand, while you're understanding her story and her point of view, like, how can you find compassion for where she's coming from?
A lot of times we want to respond in a way that gets us the reaction that we want. Right? And so they'll respond the way that we want them to respond, and they'll understand us and they'll get us and they'll care about us. And, you know, they'll understand, like you said, our intention. You got to let all of that go, right? That's all got to be let go. So I love this idea of being in compassion, even when someone else doesn't respond the way you think that they should, or that you want them to. Or it's like sometimes when I talk to people, Kari, you're on my screen right now. So I'm looking at you. I'm like, listen, don't you know that I love you? Yeah. I do this with my husband sometimes. Don't you know? Can't you tell? He's like, nope.
Yes.
He's like, I'm not feeling it at all right now. And I'm like, okay, I need to like dial it back. And here's the other thing I just want to say that I've been telling myself is you're going to get it wrong so often, right? We're not going to get it right. We're going to be clumsy with it and not get it right. And we got to love ourselves fiercely.
Speaking of that, husbands, like I find that when my husband Godfrey and I get into arguments, right, it gets to a place where I feel like, okay, it's done. We're fighting now. I can't make up for this. And I realize I can always drop into compassion and see his view, like just walk away and take a shower or something. And I can come back to him. I can always revisit that conversation with him and say, hey, I understand where you were coming from. I get your point. And this is how I feel about that. I can always, it's never too late to love or find compassion.
When you're beating yourself up, which, listen, I am a professional at such things, right? I get it my whole life, right? But what I realized is that when you're good at beating yourself up, you become good at beating everybody up. You can't find compassion outside of yourself if you don't find it with you. Even when you get it wrong, even when you don't know the right thing to say, even when you feel like you're doing it in a way that you wouldn't want to do it, whatever. I love you. That has to be step one. And that's the hardest work you'll ever do, right? But once you do that work, then it's so much easier when you go out in the world to love the other people too.